This e-commerce brand generated $454,000 in revenue from just $99,000 of ad spend by targeting Google ad keywords that cost 90% less than what everyone else was bidding on. I'm not talking about some sketchy loophole or brand bidding. There's no retargeting. That's not the strategy. I'm talking about a completely legitimate strategy that most brands just simply don't do. They're just not aware that it actually is a strategy. See, because they're sort of stuck thinking about product pages, collection pages, and that's it. But this strategy, we're going to talk about advertorials for Google ads. And if you're running Google ads right now and you're not doing this, trust me, you're leaving a massive amount of money on the table. My name is Jackson. I'm the founder of Echelon. We do one thing, and that is Google ads for e-commerce brands. We're working with some of the biggest names in the space: Icon Amsterdam, Sash Therese, Raw Nutrition, AgeMate, and these are just to name a few. Every month, we're spending around $15 to $20 million strictly on Google ads for e-commerce brands, and of course that includes YouTube ads. In this video, I'm basically going to show you exactly how to set up advertorial campaigns that access traffic at 10 to 20 cents per click instead of paying $1.50 to $5 per click. I'm sure if you're an e-commerce brand doing numbers, you're leveraging advertorials on the meta front, but you can also do it on Google, and that's what we're going to go through. So point number one, let's just do the basic. What advertorials actually are. An advertorial is basically an SEO-optimized educational blog page that subtly sells your product. So that's a very wordy answer, but basically it's a page that educates the readers and it sort of sells your product, or your product is the answer to their concern or need. You've seen these all over Meta and TikTok, even in some magazines. Some people still read today. They're all over magazines, but no one really runs these on Google. For sure, you might have seen a couple of Twitter posts or YouTube posts here and there, but trust me, hardly any e-commerce brand actually run them within the ad account. Yes, they might know of it, like, oh, that's a good strategy, and a lot of agencies and a lot of media buyers talk about it because it's such a sexy thing to talk about, but actually doing it in the ad account is a completely different thing, and we rarely see it within ad accounts. Everyone thinks Google ads is just branded, non-branded, bidding, CPCs. Guys, there's so much more to Google ads than just playing around and fucking around with bids and stuff and target ROAS. So number one, this advertorial, it looks like a very valuable educational blog article, editorial style content that really provides genuine information. Number two, it sort of subtly pushes your product, just a soft recommendation woven into the educational content. So it's not a competitor comparison page, it's not a landing page, it's not a product page, it's a blog style educational article that just happens to recommend your products naturally within the content. Here in front of you can see a real example from Heart and Soil. The page is titled 10 tips to lower blood pressure naturally. It just goes into a bunch of stuff: hypertension, what Western medicine looks like, causes of high blood pressure, insulin resistant, and then it just suddenly recommends their product. So if you scroll down all the way, as you can see, you have a section that says supplements we suggest, and if you click on this one, rank number 1 warrior, it actually brings you to a Heart and Soil product page. So they can run this to, let's say, people are searching into Google, how to lower my blood pressure, or tips to lower blood pressure, what is hypertension. People don't even need to search Heart and Soil or carnivore supplements. They can just run it to these people that had this issue, but their product solves that issue. So people would then know of Heart and Soil, they would then buy the product, and a lot of this traffic is cold. It'll be straight cold. For sure, maybe there'll be a small percent that actually have heard of Heart and Soil before, but majority is straight cold. This is what makes these pages really turn into conversion machines. They combine the best of both SEO and obviously paid advertising in this hybrid strategy that alone neither SEO or Google ads could achieve alone. The next thing I want to show you is the actual economics of why this works. So for commercial keywords, as you can see here in the keyword planner, beef liver supplements, probiotics for gut health, you have CPCs going all the way up to like fucking $4. Here at the bottom, some as high as $4.94, or even this bottom one down here, $6.30. But then when you go to the top of funnel keywords, so new customers, broad searches that aren't very intent, but they're looking for a solution, let's say like carnivore diet meal plan or carnivore diet food list, you have CPCs starting at fucking 5 cents. 5 cents, guys. As you can see here, ranging up to like $1 or maybe even $2 max. So what you're doing is you're saving a substantial amount targeting these top of funnel keywords. As you saw, commercial keywords in the supplement space, beef liver supplements, it was like $1.50 to $5 per click. Probiotics for gut health, $2.50 to $4.50 per click. High competition, everyone's bidding on these terms. And then you have informational top of funnel keywords where you can use these advertorials. Carnivore diet meal plan, as you saw, it was what, 17 cents. Carnivore diet food list, 13 cents. Carnivore diet, 10 cents. That's 83% to 97% cheaper than commercial keywords. For Heart and Soil specifically, what they did was they made an extra $454,000 $4,000 in revenue from just $99,000 of ad spend. A 4.59 rise in the supplement space. They acquired traffic at 10 to 30 cents per click versus $1.50 to $5. And the reality is, guys, for every commercial keyword you're targeting right now, there's going to be at least 5 to 10 related informational keywords with much higher search volume and much lower competition. You might need to obviously put a bit of effort into it and make landing pages and shit like this, but fuck, man. If you're spending a lot per month on Google Ads, like 6 figures minimum, this is a way to not only reduce spend, but increase ROAS while reducing spend. These things have a much higher search volume, much lower competition because fewer brands are bidding on them, but also most brands can't be fucked doing these extra steps. If you're targeting probiotics for gut health, you could also be targeting how to improve gut health naturally, maybe best foods for gut health, signs of poor gut health. There's dozens more informational queries, and each of these represents a brand new traffic source that your competitors aren't really looking at. And the thing is, doing this sort of stuff gets you above your competition because they're stuck thinking about product pages only. Like, how to optimize my product page for the Google traffic? Like, yeah, all right, you can fucking do that, but mate, there's so many other ways you can leverage Google Ads. So when someone searches for how to improve gut health naturally, they're not ready to buy a supplement yet. Well, maybe they are, but there's a good chance that they're not. They're sort of problem aware, but not product aware. So most brands skip this step completely because they think, oh no, they're not ready to buy, I'm not going to go after them. But guys, that's exactly why these clicks are so fucking cheap, because cunts can't be fucked setting things up and doing landing pages and doing all this stuff. And that's exactly why you should be targeting them and why you should be putting the effort into it, because you can educate them, build the trust, and then introduce your product as the natural solution. While your competitors are fighting over the same expensive commercial keywords, you're all accessing a completely different pool of traffic at a fraction of the cost. And here's what most brands don't realize. The search volume for informational queries is typically 5 to 10 times higher than commercial queries. Not only are you paying less per click, you're also accessing way more volume. It's literally a blue ocean strategy for Google Ads. So there's a specific formula that makes these work. The main body of your page provides genuine educational value. It can't be bullshit. Can't be just fucking copied and pasted from ChatGPT. Hopefully it's right type of thing. It needs to not only sound like you and your brand, but also be true value. Research-backed content, expert insights or quotes, actionable tips. Long story short, no aggressive selling. Just a straight value piece. If someone searches how to reduce cortisol naturally and lands on your page, your content has to deliver real value on that topic. Your introduction needs to reflect the user's mindset, pain points, and just establish both empathy before jumping into solutions. Then your educational content sections explaining solutions, studies, or expert quotes just for credibility and genuine value that builds trust. Lower in the page, a nice soft CTA just subtly introduces your products. A section may be labeled supplements we suggest or recommended products. Natural product mentions within the content work best. So soft CTAs that feel like helpful recommendations. Discover the supplement designs for cortisol support. Shop our recommended products. Not buy now or limited time offer. Value first, subtle product mention second. So how do you actually find these informational keywords for your brand? You probably already have a lot of informational keywords that you don't know you can actually leverage. So the best way to find them is go to your search term report, then filter by search terms. And what you want to do is filter for contains and add these top of funnel identifiers. And what you'll see is if you look on the right here, you're already seeing some fucking really good matches that you could leverage for some conversions for your brand. You can also use Keyword Planner to find keyword ideas, so related terms for your main product, as you can see here. Here we're using creatine. This is a goldmine of ideas. So just to name a few, we can see creatine side effects, and it shows you the average monthly searches for each. So you know exactly how many searches these things are getting, which will depict what you make landing pages about. Now, there's also another way you can do it. So here we've searched up in Google, and what you can do is actually scroll all the way down in the search results and go to this section. People also search for, and this will actually give you a lot of ideas for potential editorial content. As you see here, is instantized creatine better? Micronized versus instantized creatine. You want to also analyze what your competitors are ranking for organically. So click onto one of these terms that we showed you. Is instantized creatine better? And if you scroll down, just have a look, and immediately what we're going to see now, not too far down, is one store, Momentous. This is another supplement store. And essentially, they're already targeting this. They're going after this. They're ranking for this key search term, so it must work. They might have just started testing it, but this is a good indicator. Thirdly, analyze what your competitors are ranking for organically, and if they have blog content, they're probably targeting these queries. 4, I'd also review your organic search data in Google Search Console. See what informational queries are already bringing people to your site. And then 5th, think about problem-related queries that your product solves. So if you sell creatine stuff, don't just think buy standardized creatine. Think how to increase muscle strength, natural ways to boost workout performance, creatine benefits for beginners, creatine benefits for the brain, best supplements for muscle recovery, how to improve brain health. So at this stage, you obviously know how to find the terms, you know how to find the search volume and sort of the cost behind these keywords. Now what I want to get into is the actual campaign setup. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. So let's start with standard search campaigns. This is the most common approach. So with Google Ads, go ahead, click on new campaign, choose create a campaign without guidance. Let's give our campaign a name. Let's just choose conversion value as the bidding strategy. We can also choose manual CPC to start off with, and then later switch to a smart bidding strategy. We go click next. For the keywords, we're targeting informational queries. So I do recommend starting with phrase match or exact match, or you can do both. As for the budget, you need at least enough for 2 to 3 conversions per day, minimum, I'd say. So if we have some historical data, we can go within the ad account, segment the campaigns by prospecting, and check what is the average CPA by time, and multiply this by at least, I'd say 2 or 3. And we go back, set it as a budget. So let's set $100 here as a budget. Click next. One thing that is critical is to actually exclude all branded terms. We don't want any branded terms within this. We want new customers from Google, people searching from Google. And we can do this by going to tools, exclusion list, generating a branded terms, negative keyword list, and then obviously applying it to the campaign. So yeah, our headlines need to also match informational intent, not selling, not buy now, fucking discount this. Some examples I would say, you know, when should you take creatine? Best time to take creatine, creatine timing guide, daily creatine schedule. The description should also reinforce the educational angle, just a FYI, and then ease the value they'll get from clicking. Ad copy at the end is very important, and that's where most people do fuck it up, because your headlines need to match informational intent, not just selling. I did want to actually add one more detail to the bidding strategy part of the setup. So for the bidding strategy, here's how the progression goes. With the new campaign, when starting off, we use manual CPC, and once you hit 15 plus conversions per month, I would move it to maximize conversions. At 30 plus conversions per month, we move it on to a target cost per acquisition bidding strategy, or you can do a target ROAS bidding strategy. For bidding strategy, the progression we use, new campaign, start with manual CPC or maximize clicks. Just get some data flowing into it. Once you hit 15 plus conversions per month, move to maximize conversions. 30 plus conversions per month, move to target CPA. 50 plus conversions per month, move to target ROAS. One critical rule, never increase budgets more than 20% in 1 week. This is not meta. It's a general rule, but you can increase budgets up to 20% every 3 to 4 days if the campaign is responding well to your previous changes. But like I said, this is meta. You just can't whip budgets up and down like that. Now, option 2 for Campaign Center is dynamic search ads. So this is actually my favorite approach for advertorials because it just scales automatically. So when we're making a DSA campaign, we follow all the best practices for making a standard search campaign. And when we are done with this and have generated one ad group, we should click on the plus sign. So create a new campaign type, obviously search, but this time we're going to enable dynamic search ads. Basically, by doing this, as you can see in front of you, we'll be granted the option to choose dynamic, which we will do. Let's give our ad group a name. In this case, we're just going to create a rule to target specific web pages. And of course, we're going to put the pages in here. So we're targeting the things that contain the word blog. Click this one, save and continue. The headlines will be automatically generated. We just need to make descriptions here. So what Google is basically doing is automatically matching your blog content to relevant searches and generate headlines from your pages, SEO meta titles. That's why your pages and your SEO and also the meta titles need to be on fucking point. You just provide the description. The advantage here is massive because DSAs discover new informational sort of queries automatically. You don't have to manually research every fucking keyword. They scale without you having to constantly add new keywords. They leverage your existing blog content and you typically get even lower CPCs than keyword targeted campaigns. So let me save you some pain and call out the common mistakes that I do see brands make with advertorials, not excluding branded terms. If your advertorial campaign is only targeting your brand name terms, you've completely missed the whole fucking point of this drill. The entire strategy is about getting new customers and new cheaper traffic sources. So create a comprehensive negative keyword list with all brand variations from just day dot. Also, mixing brand and non-brand in the same campaign does kill your data and the ad account optimize is great. So just have a clear separation between brand versus non-branded, separate campaigns, scale with different KPIs. Have distinct naming conventions. Just don't mess this part up. It's a fucking big one. Limited advertorial coverage. I see brands create 1 or 2 advertorial pages and they just fucking call it a day. Guys, for every commercial keyword you're targeting, there are typically 5 to 10 related informational keywords you should be covering. So if you only have a couple of advertorials, you're missing a huge opportunity for just cheap, high volume traffic. And that's obviously why we have an internal landing page team here at Echelon, just to help our clients pump out these pages, among among other types to help them scale. Advertorials is one of the many pages that we create, but it's a very efficient and effective page. Mistake number 3, you're too salesy in the advertorial. What do I say about subtly sell, soft sell, give value? That is crucial. Don't fucking hard sell and pitch, and when people read it, they go, oh, they're just trying to sell me something. If your page feels like an ad, you're going to get higher bounce rates, lower quality scores, and the performance is going to be fucking dog shit. Your page needs to actually educate people, not just a fucking thin excuse to push your product, because most people will notice that this is an ad, alright? So, let's now talk about when does this strategy make most sense. I'll be honest with you, this isn't for every brand in every industry. Advertorials are perfect for products that solve searchable problems or industries with high educational search volume. This is typically your supplement, health, wellness, fitness brands, sometimes CPG brands like consumables, or maybe just complex products that just need customer education like some tech brands. Look, this is not just a conversion rate optimization play. This is a fundamentally new way of thinking about your overall Google Ads marketing. Guys, you can get cold customers through Google. I spoke at a conference in Singapore for Ecom North about different strategies. You got product duplication, obviously making sure branded versus non-branded separated. You got this strategy of the landing pages, going after competitor traffic. If you like this strategy and you want help implementing this for your brand, we actually do offer landing page creation and campaign setup at Echelon. We manage Google Ad accounts for e-commerce brands, and our landing page team is included in our service. If you want to have a chat and see how this could be leveraged for your brand, the link is in the description. Grab a time with myself. More than happy to have a deep dive into the ad account. I'll give you a free audit/consulting session. We'll go over your ad account, see if and where it can be improved. No strings attached. I can promise you that it'll be the most in-depth free breakdown of what's going wrong or going good within your ad account. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one. All the best.